Yo, it's your man Joe. Came around just to find that you need to know. So I guess it's like a humor because I don't know, I didn't take it very that seriously when I read it, but I just thought it'd be something to share with you guys. Fellow men, it's really not that difficult to respect women. Guess how many women I sexually assaulted yesterday? Maybe like two or three. Zero. Um, You see, it's really not that difficult. I steadfast refuse to rape a woman or kill a black person. What? Despite the fact that I am a straight white male. By being vocal about this, I hope to encourage other straight white men to follow my example. Racist. Respecting women is a full time job. If you're a privileged white man, all white men are privileged by default. Not, but I'm not, sorry, but I am living proof that it is possible. Every white man on the planet is guilty of a horrendous abuse, even if the believes otherwise. Apart from myself, of course. I aim to change this. Every day, I strive to recognize my own masculine toxicity and male arrogance. What? I raise above the urge to mansplain. I didn't identify, le, levitate. I don't know. I can't say that. I'm not gonna lie. Over my natural compulse to assert dominance over any female who graciously share her space with me. So if you're saying you don't want to overpower her, okay. Uh, I transcend the masculine impulse to patronize those captive creatures we call women. Women's. Let me explain to you how it's done. A few days ago, I was traveling to the family villa in Tucson, Kenny, for a well earned break from the obnoxious far right trolls who infect my social media presence. So just turn off your phone or turn off your computer and just lay in your bed and look at the ceiling. Um, when I saw a woman on the plane struggling to place her bag in the overhead compartment, I watched for the most full minute as the poor dear cried and failed. The bag was falling each time she hoisted it above her fragile shoulders. So you're pretty much telling her that she's kind of okay. In my mind, I willed her to succeed. Go on, you sweet darling. Okay, that's sexist. It's calling women darlings. How dare you? Just a little more. She can do it. She can do this. I repeated her to in my head. She just glanced at me, studying my earnest face. A flash of adorable befuddlement across her delicate features as my lack of manly interference much much have sadly been quite new to her. So you're pretty much saying that you're a beta male. Yeah, get that. She barely carried on, attempting to achieve her goal. Again, the bag was hoisted up and again gravity forced its cruel laws upon in a curb oligarchy I don't of oppressive patriarchal dominance. Wait, so how so huh? I'm just as confused. Okay. I stood there, sweat bedding on my forehead, and as I forced every amount of my strength to mentally transmitting moral support towards her. Then my horror, then to my horror, a man approached us in attempt to assist her. Stopped, I cried. Don't you dare assume a woman is too weak to handle a situation like this by herself. I mean, if you're willing to like almost punch a guy in the face, then you should be willing to help her out if she actually needed. Just by, you could have just like asked her to see if you need help. Just something like that. He had a nerve to look confused. I would be too, shocked even. But my clenched fist, along with the righteous fury emblazed on my face, preventing him from disobeying me. No, it's okay. I could do this with a hand. The poor, fragile woman remarked, but I could tell she was saying this because the man had intimidated her with his toxic masculinity. Oh my goodness! I gently lowered my face towards her slowly, so as not to startle her, and being careful not to invade her personal space. Do not fear him, sweet one. I assure her. I assure her. I shall not allow any harm to you. Go on. You may continue on. Continue now. I smiled in a non-threatening way, probably look awkward, and nodding towards the bag. After 2.5 minutes, she eventually succeeded. Yes, you go, girl, I screamed as I jazzed head with glee, triumphed that once again patriarchal gender roles have been well and truly challenged that defeat. The line which has been forming behind her exalted a collective, a grunt of relief, and as every person there obviously shared her victory. I could see by the tearful look of her on her angelic face as she took her seat, and that she was grateful to me for her standing up for her. I bet it was like an awkward situation, but okay. It honestly makes me so angry when men arrogantly assume women cannot deal with difficult situations themselves. Some women would oddly more oftenly ask for help, with things that are too hard for them. But that's just me. If it hadn't been for me, an obnoxious male would have asserted his power over the entire situation and taken away and shred of dignity that poor sweet girl deserved. I hope I hope a few of them read this and learn something. Yeah, I'm straight up confused. I'm not gonna lie. You sound like a beta male simp, and you don't deserve a beard anyway. So, nah. I mean, it's your beard, dude. I don't know. I just thought it was funny when I read it. I don't know. It's an SJW in my thought. But that's just me. Tell me what you guys think. All right, it's your man Joe.